Here we go. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Surviving Hollywood, the first official podcast for us. I'm Johnny.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Austin.
Thank you for the round of applause. That's so inspiring.
To our one fan.
So, actually, this is the first official podcast, like I said. And what we want to do with Surviving Hollywood is we actually want to talk about different stories of Hollywood, whether it might be, what it's like living in Hollywood, what it's like dating in Hollywood, what it's like working in the industry in Hollywood, kind of tackling all those different things.
The three of us are trials and tribulations in this city that will just tear you down.
And sometimes we'll have our friends over and we'll hear their stories.
Yes. Guests from different industries, walks of life, whatever it might be.
People who have made it, people who haven't made it.
Yeah, people that are homeless. I mean, that's not...
Why not?
Well, that's a real issue in this city.
I don't say we should shy away from it. I think the more homeless people are, the better. Maybe you disagree?
Maybe we'll skip that part. I won't be here for that podcast. Anyway, so that's kind of what we're looking to do with with Surviving Hollywood. So, why don't we just kick it off, guys?
And I just want to point out, if you have a guest that you think we should have on, please
invite them over.
Tweet at them.
We need them.
We'd love to have them on.
Why don't you plug our Instagram real quick? Because that would be the best way to get a hold of us and ask any questions.
Get a hold of us. Plugs are at the end, but we'll do one early. Surviving Hollywood Podcast.
Simple. Love it.
Any questions? Just ask us there.
And that concludes the first podcast.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you. Oh.
Outro.
Out music? No. Okay. But no, seriously. So,
Let's introduce, how do we all know each other, that kind of stuff?
How do we know each other? Why don't you guys kick it off?
Aaron?
Okay. My name is Aaron. Obviously, me and Austin are twin brothers.
We met in the womb.
Wow.
This is our friend Johnny. We all met in acting class several years ago.
Shout out to Act Club back in the day.
You know who you are.
Yes.
And you know how you naturally gravitate towards people with a similar sense of humor, similar, point of view. We all became friends, and we've been working together on short films, sketches, and now a podcast.
So let's get down to the brass tacks. What are we? We're actors, right?
Actors, filmmakers.
And what's the best way to act? Well, how do you learn to act? How do you actually do it?
Go.
I got nothing.
You just act. You just do it.
You just do it. Like I'm like a trained monkey. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying, basically, the only way to do it is to do it.
So how do you do it successfully?
Yes.
You got to calibrate. That is the question.
That's my problem right there. Anyway, so we're actors, filmmakers, and we're navigating our way through this town. And I think right now it's the moment for the airing of grievances.
Yes.
Oh, man.
So this was my idea where I wanted to I think this was Jerry Seinfeld's idea.
Larry David, yeah.
Where, listen, they say you don't go to bed angry, and I don't want to start a podcast angry, so if there's any particular grievances that we have towards each other, now would be the time to air it, hash that out.
I'm nervous, dude.
Dirty laundry.
I'm sweating.
And it doesn't have to be a grievance towards any specific person. If perhaps you had a grievance towards somebody else out there in the world, this is where we call them out. This is where we get our huge following to mob the person on social media.
Oh, man.
Yikes.
So, Austin, we'll go down the line.
Are you serious? I told you before this podcast I didn't have a grievance.
Okay, Johnny, you got a grievance?
I don't have a grievance, actually. You were the one that was saying you had a grievance.
All right, this should be pretty short. I don't have a grievance against any of you two today, but the grievance I want to air right now is I think we should all give a big F you to Fatburger.
That is a good one, actually. I actually went there again last night, surprisingly.
To that same location?
To the same location, man.
Well, tell the folks at home.
I'm a card-carrying member of this organization. I get my thing punched every time I go in.
Nice, dude. You almost got a free one there.
I know. 2 of these were from...
Dude.
So this is what happened, and 2 of these are from these 2 ordering food last time. We go to Fatburger.
Mistake.
This is one of the times we are discussing the podcast. This is like a week or 2 before we started this podcast.
Collaboration.
And we go to Fatburger. The only time we hung out and ate together for all week. A day and a half later, I am throwing up early morning. And I find out a few days later that these 2 were also throwing up, so Fatburger gave us food poisoning.
I threw up in the bushes out front. I threw up on a sidewalk.
Okay. Trash can, buddy, anywhere?
No.
Now you've been back to that same location.
I was there last night, and I'm not going to lie,
it was good.
My colon was shredded that day. I don't know about you guys, but I had a callback and 2 auditions that day. and I was just like sweating bullets before I got there. Like I was like, I have to throw up before I go to this audition, otherwise I might have to puke in the audition.
So let's give the location, just so for the folks at home.
Tell them, man.
West Hollywood location.
The West Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say it's great how we're alienating our few viewers by telling it this story about how we're all vomiting.
I thought it was a compelling anecdote.
Well, it's a warning, cautionary tale, if anything.
Yeah. Actually, didn't you email them too?
I emailed them, no response.
Wow. Wow. Shout out to you, Fat Burger, for sponsoring this podcast. Thank you, by the way.
I mean, thank you.
No, we'd love it a Whataburger or anything else, that's not Fatburger. I'm going to go back too, though.
Here's the thing. For me, that's strike one, 3-strike system. So I'll probably go back again.
By the way, I just want to do a little teaser near the end of this podcast. We actually took some questions from working actors in the industry, and
Okay.
we'll be helping to answer those questions.
Oh, what non-union gig are they working?
Hey.
Okay.
Anyway, great, awesome. So let's talk about what's happening in the world today.
Yeah,
What's going on?
What do we got going on? What's happening in the world?
Guys, I'll say it. Have you heard about R. Kelly?
Don't know who that is.
R. Kelly?
Yeah, I mean,
Just kidding.
People talk about the Ignition remix like it was the best song ever. It's like, oh yeah, he might have done that stuff, but come on, Ignition remix.
But Space Jam.
He was a small part of that.
You mean the song?
Yeah.
I Believe I Can Fly?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Come
that
on.
was a good
Yeah,
song.
let's talk about something that happened 20 years ago.
Do you think he's guilty?
Yeah, did you see that Gayle King interview?
I did see some good snippets of it. He seemed rather bothered
He
by
seemed
the
to-
allegations.
Men just get so emotional,
Jeez. I mean, he just seemed really pissed off.
I think he's guilty.
Yeah, but how old is 15 really?
I mean, it's illegal.
Thanks for tuning in. That's our last podcast.
Well, you guys know that Dave Chappelle bit?
Yeah, I
That's
do.
what I was referencing.
Yeah. But anyway,
Explain to the folks at home.
Yeah, we really, well, actually, hopefully Dave will come on our podcast, but no, there's just a bit.
One day.
Dave Chappelle, back in the day when R. Kelly got accused of pissing on a minor,
Right.
he said, how old is 15 really? Because when I was 15, I knew well enough whether I wanted to get pissed on. I could move out of the way.
it's very true. Very true.
Johnny, you're being awfully silent. Do you think he's guilty?
Yeah.
Condemn him.
I think he's definitely guilty. I mean, maybe not everything that was said happened, but he's definitely done some stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah, you don't act that way in front of mild-mannered Gayle King.
I mean,
You're not.
it wasn't like it was his first time being accused of this. It's been like, I mean, it's kind of weird because we're all acting like surprised, like, oh my God, like he's doing this? Like he was accused of this like how long ago? We've already been,
If I were him, I wouldn't have taken the interview.
it just, I don't know, man.
He puts on him.
Do you think he's guilty?
Austin is,
No, he's innocent.
I
No, he's guilty. Hey, if he was putting on a movie, funding a feature film today, and he wants you to audition he wants to give you the part of male best friend
nice.
in this movie. It's a dark comedy,
Is that a SAG modified or low budget or
SAG modified. So it's going to be on Lifetime.
but star name.
star
That's
name?
distribution.
R. Kelly, Johnny Rey Diaz. What do I got to do for the role?
Nothing.
This is gonna hand it to me. That's it.
Yeah,
Well, you
exactly. And you'll be part of the press. You might be panned, secondarily.
Well, I think he's just an actor in a film that R. Kelly is also in, or R. Kelly's a producer. Or,
Yeah.
R. Kelly is the producer, and
Oh.
he's in it. It's a vehicle for him, but he's the producer.
Is he the lead?
Yeah.
So he's producing from jail or what?
Allegedly, he's not convicted yet. Do you take it?
I'm probably gonna pass on that one.
Oh, nice, dude.
What about you?
I was about to jump
I
on you.
mean,
What about you?
yeah. Would I take an acting job? Yeah.
Whoa, what a sellout over here.
Wow, dude.
Man, now we know where your priorities are.
So you're saying don't take an acting job because R. Kelly is producing it. It's not like, I think out of any time to be associated with R. Kelly, it'd be like around that time when all eyes are on him. Is he gonna?
Also, I forgot to mention, Louis C.K. has a part in the movie as well.
And Kevin Spacey is playing supporting.
Now, what would you do?
I would do anything Louis C.K. was doing. I think he's a great.
Kevin Spacey could have you like that.
I think it's safe to say all the women in the audience are officially tuned out.
Speaking of
I
that,
hope
we love
not. We love the women.
Yikes.
we'd love to have a
well.
guest. We'd love to have a woman
Well, I
guest.
don't. But like Kevin Spacey attacked young boys, so perhaps the boys and women are tuned up.
So there, R. Kelly attacked young girls. Kevin Spacey attacked young boys. Hey, tomato, tomato, right?
Louis C.K. Attacked.
Fellow comedians.
There you go. Young and flourishing comedians.
Yeah. Well,
Attacked his career.
Sarah Silverman, didn't she say that, like, yeah, sometimes Louis would ask to, jerk it in front of me.
Sometimes she'd let him.
And
Yeah.
sometimes she'd let him.
It was part of her act.
Sometimes I'm like, no, Louis, put it away.
Yes, yes.
I mean, I've heard his leaked stuff. Have you heard his leaked?
I have not heard
Yeah,
the
his-
leak
his
stuff.
leak-
It's really funny. And
It's really
just like-
funny, but it's not even like finished material.
Yeah.
Clearly he's still working it out, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
He has like no remorse.
okay, so do you guys think do you think he's gonna make a comeback?
Absolutely, because he
better.
didn't rape anybody.
Right.
He asked. I mean,
I think
he's
he
still in a
did-
position of power, but he didn't commit murder.
I think he deserves a road to redemption.
Yeah.
Well, Jussie Smollett didn't commit murder.
Ooh,
I mean, Jesse Smollett,
Jussie.
Whatever. Jussie. Isn't that what I said?
I don't know.
I mean, dude, just like looking at his interviews now, it's just cringy. He is the Black Tupac.
Entertaining as hell, though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the modified low budget thing R. Kelly's funding. He's playing Jussie.
Cast me right now. I will audition. Will you? Actually, no, I won't. But
Yeah. So what else?
But
do
would
guys,
you? But would you really not take a role? And it's just R. Kelly, not Louis C.K., not Jussie
I would take
Smollett.
every
if
single
he's
role.
just producing,
Yeah, and he's gonna have a cameo in it.
I would love to take a role.
I guess that probably wouldn't be a big deal.
If Jussie Smollett wants to be in a film with me right now, I would do it.
You got to beat him up in the movie.
Nice.
Nice.
Well,
No?
I'm sure a lot of America just wants to give him a good old punch.
Well, maybe
lying.
maybe Jussie could like produce a film like my side of the story. I'd play one of those like MAGA guys, you know. It's sometimes more fun playing the villain.
It is actually a lot of fun playing the villain.
Or are they the hero because they did nothing wrong?
Right.
Ooh, nice.
They were just working out. That's all they were doing.
Yeah.
Personal training session.
Cool.
That's it. Anyway,
Let's get into it.
So what do you guys?
So-
what have you guys been up to this week?
Well, Aaron and I had not. This is not an interesting story. Hey, I had a callback earlier this week for
nice.
Honda.
Okay.
It's just
the random act of helpfulness?
Nope, it's just digital, just new media.
Okay.
And I had to play a guy from the 90s with rollerblades. That's off camera. And I had to come in and look at a new Honda. A car from the 90s had the cassette players. It's like an ode to that. And say, hey, Honda, I'd like to test drive the new Passport instead of Passport.
Wow.
I went in. It was the callback. Asked the casting director, Sherry Henderson.
Oh, so it was the callback.
It was the callback. It was the callback. Do you know Sherry Henderson?
Sherry Henderson?
Dream casting.
Seen
I
her
mean,
name.
I've seen the breakdowns, but I don't know her.
Exactly. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. But when I'm about to go in, I say, hey, what's the director's name again? And she's like, oh, his name's Brian. It's like, okay, thank you. So I go in.
Good call.
So I go in.
Hey,
and
Brian.
I say, hey, what's up, Brian? Good to see you. And Brian's like, hey, man, good to see you. Have I worked? Have we done something? Have you auditioned for me before? And I was like, oh, no, you just look like a Brian.
You should have just been like, yeah, we're about to on this
should've been.
project.
I should have just said, haha, good one, man. And left him guessing.
Oof. You're like, yeah, man, I was at the party you threw over Christmas. You didn't remember? We had that long conversation about casting me.
You were pretty drunk.
Anyway.
Have you guys ever done something like that?
Oh, easy, easy.
Yeah, dude. Johnny, have you? Because I kind of wanted to.
What,
share
in
a
the
different
audition
story.
or what?
Well, like, I don't know. Yeah.
Like done something random or what?
No, just like
a witty
game.
anecdote.
No, just like done something slightly funny, like how
Well,
asked
I could share kind of like
Yeah,
a success story. It's not exactly the same as that. So if we're talking about like jobs being booked, so Austin and I, because when we were this is kind of like a success story. So Austin and I, when we were in high school and when we were in college, we were in the theater program in both high school and college. You know, growing up in Ohio, especially because a lot of our friends were like athletes, sometimes we'd, get just mild
bullied. Yeah.
mild teasing, like, it was all in.
That's what they called it back then. huh?
We were young and dumb, but sometimes your friend like, oh, you're in the theater department, you're gay,
What a loser.
And I just want to say it was my fault. The bullies did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
It was my fault.
But did you find that through the bullying, actually the way to get out of it is to make them laugh?
Well, what I found was that there's no way to get out of it in high school or college.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Till this day, there's no escaping
I'm
it.
doing the backstory here so people can understand where we came from, because you can't appreciate how far we've gotten if you don't know where we came from. Okay. So 4 years of high school theater, you get teased. 4 years of college theater, you get teased. Then you come out to LA where you can be a professional. And because you're an actor among many in LA, you're still getting teased. If I was when I go back to Ohio, it's a little bit different. But here's the thing, because they used to make fun of me so much. Well, I don't want to say the name because we haven't signed a contract yet. But me and Austin just got offered a commercial role. It's actually a public appearance where me and him are going to go as certain characters to Pride Week and march in the parade
In Seattle.
So who's laughing now?
Are you guys gay?
No, dude.
Hey, it's a spectrum.
Oh, I thought it was because you're at Pride.
The Kinsey sketch.
I just didn't know.
Well,
That's fine. I just didn't know.
I'm saying that
You're saying that-
they made fun of me for years for being, lame or gay or whatever. And now that I got a job marching in the Pride Parade,
Joke's on them.
I just want to say I would love to be gay. I'm not, but I think just having another man around the house would make things a whole lot easier.
I love the gays.
Never too late. Triple your wardrobe.
I love the gays love me.
Yeah. Quick audition story, really fast.
Go.
We're talking about that, right? Well, actually, I just auditioned for a series regular at Fox. Didn't even know what it was.
Cool.
Same day. Got it within 3 hours.
First round.
First round. It was never been to that casting office. Rick Moreno, I think.
The guy from Ghostbusters.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah.
I think that guy's gone. Did he die? No, he did not.
He
die.
quit the
He
business.
retired,
Quit the
he retired.
business.
Because
Yeah.
his wife had cancer.
Move back to Canada.
I know. I actually commend him. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But no, really, really weird because I was like, hey, this is in 3 hours. And I'm like, all right, let's go. But it actually went really well.
Co-star? Guest star?
Series regular.
Oh.
Come on, dude. Pay attention.
Well, that's a lot of lines.
Pay attention.
That's a lot of lines.
It was a handful of dialogue, but actually I got a good note. I did the first scene. Casting director, all he said was, "Wow, I'm really impressed that you were able to get it down so quickly."
How many
that was
pages?
really good. It was 4.
That's a lot.
I mean,
More than 3 is a lot.
Did you paraphrase?
more than one. What do you mean, the lines?
Yeah.
No, I got him pretty close to what it was.
But same day, 4 pages. I think that's
Pretty good.
it's a
right?
feat. You got to train that muscle.
Okay, actually, I told you this story real quick. Still somewhat of an audition story. Went into a big casting office. I'm not going to say which one it was in Silver Lake. That's all I'm saying. But we talked about it. So I'm asking you this question because tell me what you think about this, or is it weird? All right. So I go into this casting office. They clearly know me because the first thing she says is she's like, "Hey, Johnny, great to see you again. I've been there a couple times.
That's
and
cool.
that. Check out the new room. It's changed, things like that." And after I left the audition, thought it went pretty well. Got a DM from casting.
On Instagram or
Yeah,
Casting associate.
casting associate.
a lady?
Just all it said was, "Great to see you today."
Oh, dude!
Does that mean I got the role?
I don't think it has anything to do with the role.
So you're saying I booked it? I booked it. I booked it,
Was she-
guys.
Was she cute?
No, she wasn't.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa!
Let's
I
not
can
put
say
it out there like
in
that.
my opinion.
All right.
Here's the thing: she follows you, so she might see this podcast.
Dude,
You're
it's
right.
it's just
so
so
let's
like-
not let's
I didn't think she
stop
was-
talking about this then.
She's not gonna watch.
Well, how did the conversation go? We're not.
I
listen,
bet
we don't
our
know-
audience-
We don't know her intentions.
I bet our audience skews 90% male.
I hope not. I think it's going to be 50-50.
All right, whatever.
Probably
We'll
60-40.
We'll see.
Because we're males, but probably 60 males, 40 female.
But she's very sweet, super nice, and I just replied very simply, very professionally. Oh, great seeing you today as well. Always love coming in the office.
And then
That was it.
She didn't
Nothing
respond.
else after that.
that sounds sad.
But what is your take on that?
I mean, it seemed to me like she was interested in you.
Have you ever got a DM from casting?
I have.
Not from casting, no.
I got a DM a long time ago as trying like get because have you ever been like I was trying to if I ever got a good audition whatever I made this is what I did I made this is what I did a year and a half ago 6 ceramic mugs
This is how we got to where he is today.
exactly and this is
Barista?
kind of a goof like I'm aware that it's funny
Okay.
On this mug, I put 6 different headshots of me, like all different character types. I put Aaron's cringing already. I
mean, just the novelty mug in general is cringeworthy.
but I did it. But I went so far. It was funny. I think everybody would know that it was like a funny thing.
People
Right.
love a novelty mug, man.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was wrong. Sorry.
And I put Austin Arnold, SAG-AFTRA. I put like 3 little tags, like who I am, something I would put under my email as well or whatever, and then a link to my IMDb. And that was it. And I would send it to him with a little note saying, "It's a great audition" or whatever. Usually I would hear nothing. Point of this story is a casting director tags me in her Instagram story, which I've never heard of. And she's like,
Photo of the mug?
yeah, exactly. And she, with her whole, like not with her, but of her holding it, seeing it. And she's like winner of casting today is Austin. And she tagged me. I don't even think my handle was on the thing. And then I just DM'd her.
You DM'd her. I guess we both need to work. That'd be funny.
What?
Because she was goofing off, taking pictures.
And then I just DM her, did I get the part? Not that I've ever auditioned for her. And she was like, haha, not today, but it was just sitting in the back of the cabinet. This is great.
Oh, that's cool.
I hope the coffee's as hot as you are. That's what you should have said.
She was cute, but she was not hot.
Cream or sugar? Question mark.
So, did you get anything out of these things? I actually never heard that story before.
Okay, cool. And well, one other time, this casting assistant, Matthew Payne,
Jeez, what a pain.
he works for like Allison Horn Casting and like other commercial casting. He also just sent me, he didn't like tag the picture, but he sent me a Instagram message, DM. And
Okay.
He said, "Austin, is this you?" And I was like, "Oh, haha, yeah." I sent that probably like 6 months ago to, maybe it was Michael Stanford or I don't know, some person in the thing. And he was like,
You're
"Dude,
really stalking these
A
people.
lot of casting directors getting name dropped. In this episode.
I'm sort of avoiding all names in general, man.
whatever." And he was like, "Dude, I just found this in the back of the cabinet. This is genius." And he was like, "I'm gonna do it." And I was like, "Cool. I mean, yeah, thanks, man."
So they never called you in.
So you haven't.
But the thing is, there. It's there in the. I've been called in since, and I've totally forgotten about that. But I'm just saying, it's in the background. If there's no mug left, guess whose grill is on the next mug?
Right. It's like it's
true.
It's not going to book you apart, but maybe if you and another person were up for the same role, in the back of their mind, they would have already remembered your face from the mug.
Who gave me that mug? Let's cast them. Right?
Subliminal.
Yeah,
No, actually,
You say it as a joke.
No, it's really smart, actually. I think it's a
Oh
great
yeah,
idea.
so smart. Yeah, I mean, me and Johnny, we shouldn't be laughing. It's so
So smart. You're so successful, Austin. It's clearly worked out.
No, but this guy's right. I mean, like, you know, they obviously probably drink coffee. Who doesn't, right? So, like, if they use the actual mug, then yeah, every day they're going to see your face on there. You know what I mean?
And the thing is, probably 5 out of 6 got thrown away and whatever. But
too bad.
one in the back of the cabinet.
Why don't we switch it up right now and do some predictions where we're going to be on our 100th episode?
Can I just say real quick? I actually am really offended right now.
Go on.
I never got a mug. What's up with that, man?
I have like I can show you one that it got like messed up.
I can show you one.
A broken one. Cool.
Come in my room, dude.
Let's move on. Let's move on, please.
Well, I mean, since this is our first episode, and I'm sure we're only going to improve since, going forward, just, you look back at certain like other podcasts, like you can see like Joe Rogan, like, 240 pixels on YouTube. You can see, all your favorites.
Pixels?
Yeah, I'm just saying like it's so low quality because he started back when YouTube was, you couldn't get high definition. Like I'm talking about, let's be real so we can compare. Because honestly, not a lot of people are watching this episode, but they're going to watch our 100th episode, and on our 100th episode, we're going to mention this, and they're going to come back and look at this. So let's see if we can get it right. So let's be real about it.
Wildly successful.
And this is just off the cuff. We haven't thought about this.
If we don't do like
We gotta get a guest for the
no
100th episode.
If we don't do a clip compilation best of episode for the 100th, and we don't take a break that week, what are we doing?
If the 100th episode is still in this apartment, then we've made it.
I say for our 100th episode, we're going to have probably not an A-lister, but a B-lister.
Nice.
I'm going to say like popular stand-up comedian for our 100th episode. That's my goal.
And give me an example. You don't have to name
Nick Schwartzen.
Okay.
He's at Barney's Beanery.
Always see him.
I don't know why, but I feel like 100th episode, Nick Nolte.
What else is he doing?
Has
Exactly.
he ever done a podcast?
This is going to happen, dude, one day.
All right, perhaps it was a bad idea. I guess.
Prediction?
I have Nick Schwartzen's number. I can text him.
Hey, what about Leslie Baker?
Do it. Nope.
We'll talk about that some
that
other
story.
time.
We'll do that story in the 100th.
Yeah, sure.
No, I'm sure it'll come up way before then.
If we can get, like, let's say over 1,000 subscribers on iTunes, then I will tell the story.
Okay, cool. No, I like that.
Love it.
On iTunes,
Yeah.
when we post this, can we
Or
just put it
YouTube.
up on? Okay, cool. YouTube's easier.
YouTube commentary.
I think,
These are good, actually.
yeah, you guys down for another beer? Still want to grab us some beers?
Oh, I'll still have half of this.
Still working on mine.
And let's just give them a shout out. Santa Monica IPA Brewworks. Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
If you guys want to sponsor us, we're looking for sponsors.
I'm going to grab a beer. We still got the questions coming up, but
Whoa, dude.
Johnny and I'll vamp.
Anyway, yeah, dude. Predictions. Are we talking just strictly podcasts or anything else?
Well, how long will that take? Because if we do one a week minimum,
2 years.
it's going to take 2 years.
Yeah, it's a long time.
We should start kind of doing like a, today's Thursday, like a Thursday. You know, it'd be cool. Well, I don't know if we could pick one other day, even if it's before all of us go out at night and say like, hey, let's have a buddy. We'll do it here for an hour. Then
Okay.
we'll go out to Fun Time and Davey. It's not this week or whatever, but
Actually, I like that. Can I bounce off that?
yeah.
There he comes
Because I was
back.
thinking, like, getting into this, once we, like, develop, like, once we're pretty comfortable with everything, we start doing some themed episodes.
Like it.
So, like, one thing is, because originally when we were trying to come up with names, one of the ideas was, like, something that has to do with a power hour. Let's do a power hour for a podcast. That'd be fun. Have you ever done one, Johnny?
I have not done a
Johnny
power hour
doesn't know what it
podcast.
is.
You don't know what
Johnny wasn't in a fraternity.
but do you know what it is?
I was a normal college student.
Do you know what it is, though?
Goddamn
This is
independent.
where you drink, right?
No. Let me tell you.
Okay.
Because this is fun.
Wait, is this where they haze you?
No,
Dude,
You do
this
willingly.
is a way to pregame.
Okay.
Have you ever played games like to pregame before with cards or something?
Yeah, like King's Cup or something.
Yes, exactly. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
another way you can do that. Like it's a difference. It's not. It has nothing to do with cards, but it's a game. So what
Okay.
you do is usually it's done with music, where you can make a setting on your iTunes where the music will switch after every 60 seconds.
Or there's playlists on Spotify.
Yeah, you
as
can do
well.
a lot of different ways. But every 60 seconds, you take a shot of beer, and by the end of the hour, depending on how much you fill that glass, you end up
With one beer.
drinking between 6 to 8 beers.
That's not bad.
We're not alcoholics. I'm just saying it'd be fun for one episode.
So are we trying to like do this podcast drunk? Is that what we're trying
No,
to
no,
do?
no.
for
It's
the
like
one
a
time, for the
special.
one time.
And also, it's cool like one time, but I feel our audience is going to be listening to this in the car or like at,
Yeah, we do it one time. That's
So
what I'm
let's
saying.
bring our most bitter friend on when we do that one.
yeah,
or
that'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be
James
cool.
Lake.
Whoa, hey.
We'd love to have you, buddy.
Love you, James. Love you.
Or
But you're bitter.
Or one time maybe we
good
could do
one.
like a Christian themed episode.
Okay.
Why do you laugh?
Is this to appeal to different audiences? Or
Yeah,
what are we talking
who are we
Yeah,
trying to
just
appeal
do-
to?
Just to do
Your
some things.
grandma would love that.
All right.
Like for
Yeah, she
instance,
would.
I have some questions here. So the way we did the questions this time, eventually people are going to send questions into us, but
Okay.
eventually maybe we'll get some like themed questions that all around like one particular thing in the industry.
Hit us with a question.
Do you want to get to questions now, or want to kind of?
Well, we've been
let's
going
keep going.
28 minutes.
Yeah, I think we should.
I think
we should.
45 should be a good wrap-up point.
Yeah,
We don't wanna-
I think this will take about 50. We got 3 questions. 2 of them are kind of long, but they do provide detail. So what I did
All right.
was I posted in Hollywood Actors Help or something, and one other group, basically starting a podcast.
Desperate.
Does anybody have any questions? And a lot of people said there were quite a few, but a lot of them were kind of like not that interesting. 2 of these are pretty interesting. One of them's okay. Try to pick the most engaging ones.
All right, give us one.
So our
Are you
goal.
going to surprise us or what are we doing here?
Yeah, I'm going to read you the question.
And also, if you want to ask us a question for the next episode, reach out to us on Twitter, Surviving Holly W, Surviving Holly W on Twitter, or just
thing you-
Surviving Hollywood Podcast on YouTube comments, whatever.
Good thing you remember it, man.
You're welcome.
So yeah, let's just get to the first question. I want to surprise you. I don't want you to read ahead.
Aaron typed these up on his own.
Relax.
Did you work
dude.
on these like for 2 days or what? All right, here we go. Go ahead.
Obviously, the goal is these people actually requested our help.
Okay. Okay.
So this one says, "Hey guys, I work
Hey,
semi-regularly on a new media TV show
So it never works.
Hey guys, I work semi-regularly on a new media TV show as a guest star. It's in its 2nd season. The show has a pretty decent following and is the biggest thing I've done as an actor so far.
this is Max Cutler.
This is my
Oh, he's
problem.
on good trouble, man.
That's
You're
a-
right.
that's
a
a-
good
That's
show.
actually a TV show.
Yeah. This is my problem.
Love you, Max.
One of the executive producers gave me a nickname and started calling me Spicy.
Is this a guy or girl?
I think it's a guy. At first, I took it in stride, hoping it would go away. I'm not above a nickname, but it has spread like a virus. Now it's 2 weeks later, and the name has still stuck. Everybody calls me Spicy. how do I make them stop calling me spicy? Please help. And then I did a follow-up.
Yeah.
I said, well, why do they call you that? And then this person said, I like spicy food and would often ask the caterers if they could get spicy food on set.
Must be Mexican. I think it's actually fantastic, to be honest with you, because you build rapport with all the cast and the crew. Yeah, like, you know, obviously that's probably not a nickname you want, but they're always going to remember you, man.
But pretend
this person doesn't care for it.
But pretend you didn't like, say, like, spicy would be a cool name for you or me or maybe. But
Nah,
like,
I mean, I wouldn't want that nickname either. You'd want to be known better. But at least you have a nickname. Like, think of all the actors that don't have any nicknames. Like, hey, what are you today? Bill, George, I don't know, whatever. Hey, Spicy, come on, let's go do something here. Let's shoot.
I think out of nicknames, spicy's not that bad, you know? You could get a lot worse.
I mean, I think the problem is, dude, stop eating spicy food, man. I mean, that's
do not change who you are.
If you bug the caterers a lot for that, I mean, that would be kind of different.
No, this is what you need to do. Because I'm looking at it from his point of view. He would rather be called by his name. If you say, don't call me that, people are going to...
He's trying to gain probably a little respect on set.
You have to lean into it.
Because he said, this is the biggest thing I've done so far.
You should ask to be change your SAG name or your.
Oh yeah,
Spicy Jackson.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Maybe because sometimes you got to like encourage it to get them to like get bored of it. So maybe
Right.
he goes to the producers and goes, yeah, can you credit me as Spicy Boy in the?
No, this is what you do. The guy that came up with the nickname, just keep calling him Bland. So when he says, "Hey, Spicy, get over here," okay, Bland.
Well, the problem is he
that's a
says
director,
one
man.
of the executive producers gave me. the nickname.
yeah.
But okay, fine. Bland is obviously a bad one, but just give him another fun-loving nickname.
But there is a power dynamic there.
yes, fine.
I think play into it. That's what I would
Play
do.
into it. Fine. Give the guy a new nickname every time. Just have fun with it.
Right.
Because it's not going away by you. Like you know.
And definitely don't act pissed off. I mean, that would be the
Exactly.
wrong move because it really does not matter.
No, I mean, and these guys, you know, they're producing this new media thing. Like, they're probably gonna end up doing something later on, and you don't want to be known as the guy like, oh yeah, that was spicy, but man, he really blew up on us on set about something. Like, that's not a good look. I would, if it was me, I would totally milk it. I would totally accept it. Like, yeah, it sucks, but I mean,
You know how some people like to build rapport? They kind of got that one joke, and you always see them, or like the one kind of like, oh, this guy. I mean, I would often ask the caterers if we could get spicy food. I bet that pretty soon everybody was like, oh my god, this guy keeps bringing up the spicy food with the caterers.
I mean, he had to have been ordering so much spicy food, because think about it. Like, how would somebody notice that you're constantly telling the caterer, like, hey, can you put more spice on this?
Unless it's some asshole that,
On a small set, which I bet the new media set was probably smaller than some, people get to know each other.
Let's do the reveal. Who is this?
I don't have the person's name.
Unless the EP is like a student, then I'd be like, yeah, dude, don't call me that. It's like,
I think the way to go is you come up with like a fun nickname, a new one every time, whatever. Okay, sport or goofball. Okay,
So that guy should call the executive producer, the guy who's probably in charge of who's going to stay on set, not, what's up, sport? What's up, black shirt?
Not aggressive, but here's the thing. Right now, he's a beta.
I don't
and
think
he has to be an equal to the executive producer. And you have to say, okay, slick back, whatever. Something fun.
my advice to the guy, be a good sport about it and let it transition into more roles with that team. That's what I was. I mean, I remember when I worked as I was Rumpelstiltskin on that movie.
Yeah.
The director would call me Rumpy all the time.
Really?
Yeah, and I even like at the premiere and like other times I saw him outside of the movie. He's like, "Hey, Rumpy," and it was like,
That guy was cool.
You're making that up.
no, it really was. It really
I remember when
happened.
we saw Zombies.
Scotty Mullen.
Not Scotty Mullen. It was the director. He's the casting director.
Okay,
And the writer.
Okay.
But like it was like I loved it because I'm like, okay, and now I'm building rapport with the guy. Like he wanted to use me again. Like, it's obviously who wants to be called Rumpy.
Right.
I actually kind of liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was
fun.
cool. I didn't think it was bad. I mean, you handled it
fun.
well because you're like, hey, what's up?
Didn't you feel sexy when they called you that?
You just got to accept it, man. You got to take it in stride and make something out of it.
I think.
Don't be a beta. You gotta alpha him right back, and you tell him, hey, fucker.
Okay.
Yeah, and get fired. Cool.
I would say
There
out
goes
of
our Disney
all the
sponsorship.
nicknames in the world, Spicy's pretty good. I mean, that's kind of like edgy almost.
That's not the worst nickname, honestly.
Frumpy is a lot worse.
Okay, so our group advice is to get over it.
Yeah.
And I'd
Basically.
love a follow if you're listening to this episode, which I know you're not.
Well, he's not because I posted on a random Facebook.
I'd love for you to follow up with us, not next week, but in 6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
There
would
you
be
go.
eventually people could follow up once they, you know.
And if, hey, you can just make up that you're this guy and just follow up with us anyway.
Actually, I'd love to see what happens with, or how he ends up dealing with the situation. That'd be interesting.
What show do you guys think it is? If we know any new media shows.
New media.
Well, could be anything.
Come on.
It
Really?
could, Netflix and Amazon, anything on Netflix and Amazon.
Well, it could also be like anything you call new media. I mean, it could be.
Well,
Right.
that would be the best case scenario if it was Netflix.
Exactly. I wouldn't even call it a new media show then. I'd be like, I'm on a Netflix show and I'm a guest starring.
Yeah.
The fact that it has an executive
know?
producer probably has a bit of a budget. I don't
There's
know.
something there.
Anyways, a couple more questions. This next one's kind of short. This person, he says, is there room for more than one fat guy in Hollywood?
Ask Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, is he the fat guy?
No, I don't think so.
Who is the fat guy now? Chris Farley
Chris
was
Farley,
back in the day.
he was.
Who's the fat guy?
There
Jack
wa-
Black?
There was
He's older.
There was a back when Lost was on. Hurley was the fat guy.
Jonah Hill was until he lost a lot of weight.
But I think
I think there's room for a fat guy on network TV, new media, movies, and maybe like comedy movies. Like maybe 4 fat guys.
I think there's definitely room for fat dudes on TV, on anything actually. I mean, nowadays it's like everything is about being very charactery and like they're looking for different types of people now. It's not all about like, oh, the handsome leading guy. You know what I mean?
Well, then again, I do feel like there might be a little bit too many fat people. No, I think there might be
you are incredibly
obese.
unlikable.
Obese.
I think there are a lot of like fat people trying to do like improv and stand up, because oftentimes I see like there's like the fat character, like the Chris Farley type, where you just compare them to Chris Farley.
In a van down by the river.
Maybe get fatter, right? If there's 2 people that are equally fat, obviously they're going to go with the fatter one.
Unless you're a leading man, I think it's good to have a type. I think, you know, that you can book a lot of commercials and stuff that way, right?
My advice is to gain more weight.
So here's that from an industry standpoint, that might be great advice. Now, health, I don't know.
Yeah, health wise, you're.
Yeah, we're not trying to fizzle. We're not trying to fizzle out. We're going to go out in a big old Chris Farley.
Because I feel like
splash.
Austin and I, reasonably good looking. Leading man, I mean, we've got the humor to make up for it when it comes to like getting that edge to get like a leading man role sometimes. But overall, we're not. If we were big fat guys, we might book a lot more. That's what I'm saying. Johnny, you could play.
It depends, man.
because
I don't know.
we would just be going out for different roles.
It would be different casting.
You could
for
book a
guys.
leading man, dude.
You know, I like the character stuff a little bit more, but you know,
You dog.
No.
hey, I like a character that has dimension.
So, just let's sum it up. Just answer the question: is there room for more than one fat guy in Hollywood?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'd say yes. Okay, now our final question. This guy provided a lot of detail.
Wow, that's a really long question.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I picked it, because a lot of them were like short. Okay, so this guy goes. Don't read
He's
ahead.
got like a lot of time in his hands,
And we appreciate that.
and these are all men asking these questions.
I think so.
All right, well, go ahead.
I mean, the spicy might have been a lady. I don't know.
Well, I thought you said I asked if it was a guy.
I think it is a guy.
Well, hey, this is what
That
we
changes
can promise.
everything. That changes everything if it's a girl on set being called
I'm
spicy.
pretty sure.
Just
it's a guy.
saying.
Okay, they're all guys asking
But
these
anyway.
questions.
If you hit us up, we will always keep your anonymity, or just don't tell us. And that's
Yeah.
even
Okay.
easier.
So this next question. Hey guys, my name is Mike. Oh, should I say their name? Hey guys,
What's the last name?
it's right here.
good joke.
There it is.
It's a pretty
There it is there,
standard.
actually.
A lot of people have that. Last
Hey
name.
guys, my
Yeah.
name is Mike, my name is Mike. My girlfriend and I are both in the business. We have an apartment together.
Nice.
We both have survival jobs.
Congratulations.
You relate?
So they work at Starbucks and Macy's. They're survival jobs, and we both support and encourage each other, each as we audition and book parts.
Sounds like a healthy relationship.
We are in this together, just like we always planned since college. Here's my problem.
This guy's about to get dumped.
Well, here's my problem. My girlfriend just booked a. Okay,
Just
let's
got
start.
promoted to Starbucks.
Let me just.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey guys, my name is Mike. My girlfriend and I are both in the business. We have an apartment together. We both have survival jobs, Starbucks, Macy's, and we both support and encourage each other as we each audition and book parts. We are in this together, just like we always planned since college. Here is my problem. My girlfriend just booked a feature film that shoots in Arizona. She plays
My hometown.
She plays the lead female. As part of her role, she will have to be romantic with the leading man. This is a major problem for me, as now all she does is talk about how excited she is for the role. I sometimes help her run lines where I read the part of the leading man, and you know, all that makes me think of is her being romantic with this guy for 2 weeks in Arizona. Obviously, I shouldn't discourage her from filming the movie. That's a question. Obviously, I shouldn't discourage her from filming the movie. I was thinking of requesting off and planning a vacation to the Mojave Desert the same 2 weeks, close but not too close. This is becoming a major problem for us. What should I do?
Oh man.
Mike.
Oh man, that's funny.
Well, let me throw it back to Aaron. You dated a girl in the industry who was very successful, and how did you handle when she had to?
I loved it. Always supported her. I did.
You loved it when she made out with other dudes on camera?
And she told you they were better than you?
I didn't feel one way about it or another, but I supported her. I mean, I know we're just playing pretend.
Huh.
I like how he says, he finishes, this is becoming a major problem for us. Sounds like just you.
Yeah, I mean, she sounds pretty excited. I don't know about you. She's like, hey, can you rehearse the scene where I make out with the guy, we have sex?
Hey, but could you sound more attractive when you read his lines?
Yeah.
So after they wrap up, Johnny, where's a good chill spot for this girl and her person to go in Arizona?
Well, apparently
Johnny's from Arizona.
Apparently, he's stalking her by going close to where she's at. So
Well,
That's not a good idea.
That's a
not a
question.
good idea.
Yeah. Okay. So don't do that.
Don't do that, man. Let them handle whatever they got to do. I mean, look, I don't know where they're shooting in Arizona, but
But if it's Chandler,
make sure you go to Chandler Film Festival.
Yeah.
They are sponsoring this podcast.
hey,
It is a great festival.
Okay, so
we show our work?
we've all kind of dated somebody in the industry.
Austin hasn't.
Right? Oh, you
Austin
haven't?
hasn't dated anybody.
well,
You said you were gay, so it's okay.
no.
And there's nothing. Well,
And there's nothing wrong with
Asexual.
that. Yeah.
Asexual.
Well, it's not the same
I
thing
don't
as
have
gay.
sexual feelings for anything.
I know a guy who's asexual.
Cool.
Perfectly normal dude.
You and frogs.
Nah. Hey, I've dated women.
Sure you have.
I have.
Anyway, my suggestion with this is
You either encourage her or find a way to get out of there gracefully, because it's never good. This is your future, buddy.
yeah. I mean, you have to encourage her because, like, you got to think about it. What if the role was reversed? Like, what if this guy got casted in a thing where he had to make out with a girl or do whatever it is with another lead? Is he going to be like, not doing it, not going to happen because I want to make you happy? Like, you're both working in the industry, so I think you should both understand that this comes with the territory.
You have to understand.
Right?
This reminds me of John Madison and Jacindy.
Why do you got to
Whoa,
name drop
names,
everybody?
dude.
Why? Who cares? I'm not saying any lies.
You should have just said John and
Yeah.
you gave the
You
full
should
name.
have said John and Cindy, man.
But if I'm not saying a lie, we're gonna name our friends.
I mean, I think everybody once you book a part, it's just got to talk about it. Obviously, you're just gonna be
Yeah.
like, hey, what are the expectations here? I'm
yeah,
sure.
definitely don't bottle it up.
You got to be open and honest about it. Like, I think the first thing you do is
If you're having-
explain, like, if you have a good relationship.
Well, if you're having those feelings, that's fine. It's normal, but
Sure.
don't hold it against her.
Right. You can't get mad at her, like, when she's doing the scene and you'd be like, I can't believe you did that. And it's like, well, no, you knew about it. I mean,
This is my advice. It might not be the best advice, but I think you should ask her, hey, would you read these lines with me? And you're reading these lines with her and you say, hey, I want to dump you. I don't agree with what you're doing to me. And then you say, no, in the scene.
All right, Johnny. Just generally speaking, have you
Yes.
ever had an issue like this?
yeah, I've definitely. I mean, I thought, well, you have two, I know, but
Aaron's had 2 issues.
How is it too?
No, you have also.
you've also had issues.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, I've definitely had issues with this. The biggest thing is
It's not an
that-
issue. It's just a part of the industry.
Right, it's a part of the job, right? So I think the biggest thing to remember is to have open communication. So, like, both of you are aware of, like, this is what's going on, this is what's going to happen, and then just realize that, like, if you guys have good faith in each other and you guys trust each other, like, this is just part of the job. That's it.
But then again, because I'm sure what this guy is worried about, like, for instance, when we were in Connecticut shooting that thing, I remember, like, people on set were talking about the movie that they filmed,
What was that movie called, by the way?
Splitting Image.
Married to a Murderer.
Name drop.
Lifetime changed the name to Married to a Murderer.
But some of the people
Boom.
on set were like, yeah, and the last thing we shot, the lead actor did end up, like, cheating on his girlfriend, and then his, like, wife came the next day. I can't remember exactly.
that shark movie?
Yikes.
I don't
that
know if
was
it was
Nick's.
that. But, like, the point is, it's kind of like a vacation. When you're on location, they pay for your hotel. You're working 10
It doesn't count. Any cheating.
Exactly. Yeah, well, different area code,
That's
different
right,
zip codes.
codes.
So there's a little. I mean, yes, if you guys are living together, you shouldn't be worried. But all of a sudden, she's going to be away, living her dream. Having to act like she's attracted to this guy.
Hey, buddy, book more things.
Okay.
I'm sorry that she's successful. You have opportunities as well.
No, I mean, I think they'll be fine. You know, dude, just support her, man. Support her. She's going to do well. If she's successful, you'll be successful.
So I mean, we answered the questions. I mean, Mike needs to man up and just like either, you need to get over it.
He sounds like a good guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
But the thing he said about going to the Mojave Desert, close but not too close.
Yikes.
And this is becoming a problem for us. That's
I
my
think he
favorite
should
part.
ask to be an unpaid extra on our film.
Yeah.
Doesn't.
All right, we made the jokes. We helped Mike. Let's
wrap it up. You guys got anything going on this week? Anything exciting happening?
Aaron and I are waiting to hear about a certain callback. We had to sign an NDA.
Was that the one for the live event?
No.
No.
That was.
Oh yeah, it is.
March Madness?
No.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
That's not the one we're waiting on.
Yes, it is. The thing that we taped right there. That's March.
No. Johnny's talking about the
March
story.
Madness. We'd be
Right.
at those
Oh yeah,
March
because there's 2 March Madness.
Exactly. We're awaiting multiple March Madness gigs.
They are college basketball players.
Exactly. So just waiting by the phone.
Are we gonna try and get a guest for the next one? Or
Yeah, what's
we're
the
probably
plan?
gonna do a few by
Yeah.
ourselves and then get a guest.
I think
I
we
like
get a
these
guest.
questions though. These questions like generated something.
There's some good questions actually.
So if you have a
Fantastic
question,
questions.
yes, exactly. Now that you have a question, and you're truly looking for an answer, please provide us with plenty of detail. Provide those links again.
Yes, everything you can find us on all places at Surviving Hollywood Podcast, except for Twitter. They have a certain amount of characters you're allowed to have, so it's Surviving Holly W.
We'll change that.
Well, eventually we'll give you an email, but until then,
Yeah,
thank
we'll
you.
email survivinghollywoodpodcast@gmail.
yeah,
we got
have an
that?
email.
Yeah, we
have
have
an
everything.
Oh my god, dude.
Everything is Surviving
email.
Hollywood
Send them to the
Podcast.
website too.
Well, we do have that, but it's not built out.
Oh my god. Come on.
Or
man.
wait, maybe we don't. I don't actually. I never bought that yet.
Get it together, man.
Oh, you didn't buy it yet?
Or
What are we doing? We're changing the name now?
no, we can get it.
Okay.
Or maybe I didn't buy it, but I should do that today.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway.
So where can they find this? On YouTube's going to be the only place, right?
Surviving Hollywood
All right,
podcast.
all
But
right.
can we
Instagram.
Can we put it? Yeah, but to listen to the episode. But can we put it on iTunes today, or is there certain like things we have to qualify for?
Probably an off-air discussion.
Yeah, I agree.
This is
Anyway, let's wrap it up. Anything else going on this week, guys?
Just on the grind.
Back to the usual. Whoa, easy there, buddy. All right. Anyway,
I said what I was doing.
so
Waiting by the phone. Easy there, buddy.
So that concludes the first episode of Surviving Hollywood. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, I'm Johnny.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Austin.
We'll see you guys next time.